Hey, hello. Thank you everybody for being a little bit patient with us there. Slight technical problemo, but all sorted now. Welcome back to the frozen north, back to Icewind Dale, high up above the Spine of the World mountains, where a never-ending winter has got the land in its icy grip, and has been the case for 2 years. There's the bare minimum of daylight just around noon, where it becomes a dull dusk kind of twilight with still very poor visibility, and the people are huddled against the harsh conditions, trying to survive, as are our adventurers. Now, let us catch up with what happened last time. It was an eventful session, but before we do, let me quickly say a thank you to the VOD squad as they make their regular call. If you saw my embarrassing version of the Wellerman. Thank you everyone who catches up with the stream after we're live. It's always an absolute pleasure to have you drop by whenever you can. And especially if you are here live with us, a big hi, hello. Onyx in there, and Bloody, of course, good to see you. And last time, sorry, no, I'm still skipping ahead of myself. The music and things that you'll be hearing this evening are coming from Syrinscape, with extra music by Dark Fantasy Studio. And this song, coming right in right now, perfectly timed, is from YouTube by the channel RPG music maker Travis Savoy, who is making an original soundtrack for Icewind Dale, a fan-made soundtrack, and it's fabulous. If you check out our YouTube VODs, they have the name of those channels in the doobly-doo, and you can check out their channels and hopefully use their wonderful music and sound effects in your games too. Another one to check out is Epic Journey, those two from YouTube. Now, last time we were near East Haven, out on Lachdinashire, because having fought with the lake hag, Maud Chiselbone, the ethereal remnants of her sisters, and Harry, the frost giant skeleton, you had found yourselves imprisoned in ice. After revealing that it was here, in Cauldron Caverns, that Mockingbird had lost his mind, and with it his memory, and that he physically appears rather different to when he was last Maud's guest, she also mentioned other little birds of hers around Icewind Dale before forcing you to buy your freedom. Tuln gave up his swiftness. Mame gave up her second wind. Garo gave up his victories. And Mockingbird gave up his final breath. It was then that Maud welcomed Mame into her flock of little birds, implanting her with some kind of alien organism. We find ourselves splashing slowly back to East Haven, in your borrowed boat, towing behind you the fishing vessel that had belonged to the hag's last meal. As the town's lights become visible, you see the first grey fingers of the lunchtime gloom scratch up at the sky down at the horizon, which means it must be at least the day after you were last here in town. Because it was after midday that you left East Haven. Now, just switch up from our opening here. You find yourselves sat in the boat. Garo is sat up in the prow, jaw clenched, staring off at the flickering lights of East Haven as they get closer. What do you do? What do you say? You are all on 1 HP?
Yeah.
Mame is not.
I'm still at
26.
Oh, look at
Because
you.
Yeah, Mame never got hit. She just got polymorphed.
Yes, into a frog.
Yeah, Tom has been thinking about the fight. Mame, if I just shot you with a fireball, we might have fixed this.
oh my god.
A fireball.
Firebolt, whatever.
Firebolt. Yes, let's chill that out a bit. Remember, excess damage spills over onto the original person. The frog did not have many HP to soak up. Okay.
And he doesn't know fireball.
No,
For the record, everybody.
not yet.
Not yet. We will fix that. So anyway, that sucked.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it was a learning experience, at least.
Mm-hmm.
We all grew a little bit closer.
I feel like you and me, Mockingbird, have gotten real close. Points at like where my ear is.
Yeah, it's a weird feeling, isn't it?
Mockingbird, what's your general feeling? What's your if you had to give an emotion to your state right now? And
Oddly, if anything, Mockingbird feels a little bit more chipper and upbeat after that whole thing. Not only did he survive, but he figured out a little bit more about what the hell happened to him.
okay.
And at least for the time being, he knows like he knows his limitations and what he has to do to get revenge on that vile woman.
Yep.
So.
And Mame, how do you feel?
I feel Mame feels really confused, angry, hurt. I want revenge.
Okay.
I want this thing out of my ear.
You are surprised now that you're in this relative calm and quiet and sat just in the boat with Garo just here leaning into the oars over and over again. You both feel that. You can feel in this quiet moment when there's nothing else happening, you can feel how each other of you feels. So you feel Mockingbird's strange kind of almost elation and at surviving, and Mockingbird, you feel that angry chicken.
Are we like connected now?
I think so.
Now, as soon as you start having a conversation, it kind of disappears into the background. It was just in that moment of quiet and stillness. So you think normally you wouldn't really be aware of it, but something's definitely there.
Birds of a feather, eh? Mommy? Eh? 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 Sorry, I'll be quiet. I'm gonna kind of look over to Tall. How are you handling this, friend?
Terribly.
Yeah? Yeah, I think that's going around. I think Garo's gonna need a trip to the dentist after all this.
I was just like, there's nothing we could have done. It was useless. This whole thing's useless. My friend's dead. Mummy's colleagues are dead. The Fishers are dead. Summer is dead. Just carries on rowing. And
No, we don't know that.
as you carry on ploughing through the water, you get to the edge of the ice, and you do a little bit of an acrobatics move and get out of the boat onto the ice and help hold it tight as the others get out there, Mockingbird. And you lift up onto the ice the small boats, and you leave the other one just like resting on the ice there, and slide the other one up. And as you move up towards the wharf, to where the regular docks are, just completely trapped in the winter's frozen lake surface, you see that kind of pacing and looking expectantly and hopeful on the dock. You can see Captain Arlagath of the East Haven militia, who sent you out on this trip, on this journey. And she spies you coming through the snow and the blizzard, and she like raises her hand up, expectantly, and looks like into the snow, into the driving snow, hoping to see more figures with you. And you see her shoulders kind of slump a little as they see that the fishes that they sent you to look for are not with you. But it's kind of a almost acceptance, it's like a resigned feeling that maybe they weren't really optimistic that they would see them again. Now, as you slide across, the boat suddenly stops as Garo, who was pulling most of the weight of it, just stops and turns to all of you, plants his hands on the prow of the boat as it rocks slightly on the ice with a slight creak from the surface underneath. I'm sorry, everyone. I can't do this. You saw what happened out there with that hag. She took my victories. There's no way for me to win this anymore. There's nothing to be done. I can't be a servant of Thrun. I don't know, maybe that owl has got something to say about this. Look, you do whatever you've got to do. I'm gonna go back to Dugan's Hole. See what Thrun has to say for themselves. And I won't hear another word about it. Okay? Sorry.
What do you mean?
I think that whole taking victories thing isn't quite as literal as you think it means.
Well, I don't intend to put us in risk, or myself in any danger. I used to do this for coin. This shit don't pay enough. I'm out.
Well.
Maybe I'll swing by Goodmead sometime, okay? You...
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. Look, Talon, all the best. I hope you win that election. I hope you become the speaker. I hope you do a great job. I'm sure you will. Mami, I hope you find your friends, if there's anything left of them, although I don't think so, not after what we saw in that cave. Sorry, I can't see there any... maybe, I don't know. They went to different places. There probably wasn't a hag where they went. I hope so. Mockingbird, like they said, your mom sucks.
Yours too.
I know she's not your mom, but look, figure it out. And deal with her when you get the chance. And I hope you can.
I can't stop you from going, but if you change your mind, swinging by Goodmead, we'll pick you up.
Thank you. I appreciate that. He just turns and leans into the boat again, and slowly it starts across the ice and snow, the snow that's drifting up on top of the ice already. And you get to the docks, and Captain Arnagath's like, "Oh, you're back. Thank you. Oh, is everyone up?" And then just like Garo just shoulders past her, and then up onto the docks, and then up in the streets of East Haven itself. There's actually a fair amount of people moving about in this small window of daylight that is daylight as much as we can call it. And Garo, without so much as a backwards glance, disappears into the crowd and off into East Haven. Is he okay?
Not really.
What happened?
Been through a lot.
We've been through a lot.
What did you find? And then they look at you and they're like, "Oh, yes, you have. Oh, you look, sorry, awful."
Awful. Yeah.
Yes.
That's how we feel, quite honestly.
Look, come with me. Look, the least we can do is we can get you patched up. We can get you seen to. Luck will have it. There is a very good healer in town right now. We have our own people, of course. We have people in the garrison as well. But there is a little apothecary. Just inland a little bit from the docks here. Just in the town. Run by a little gnome fella called Alvin. But he's good enough, and he has some interesting concoctions and useful bits and bobs. But actually, the timing is better because there is a traveling healer. She she travels up and down the East Way, across through the main towns, and she borrows some space in Alvin's apothecary, and sets up shop, sets up a temporary clinic for a 10-day or so, and then people come and go and see her as much as possible, and then she's off to the next town, and before she cycles around again, and she's here right now. So please, come on, we have to get you sorted.
Okay.
And she's like, you two. She gestures to a couple of militia that are kind of patrolling the docks. She's like, go and get that other boat, would you? I think it belongs to Melvin and the others.
It did.
It did.
Yeah.
She's like, no, come on, please. And she ushers you up the dock, and she's like, and thank you for braving whatever it is you did. Look, I'll get a full report later. It's okay, once you're rested, and I will have your reward for you. Come on, quickly. I'm surprised you can walk. And you are kind of like helping each other. Like, especially Mockingbird, you were flattened by that frost giant skeleton's axe against the wall.
Yeah, I doubt I can walk on my own, honestly.
Yeah, Mame, you just got polymorphed, so you're just helping him, and that's not too bad. But yes, so the four of you make your way into the streets and into the interior of East Haven, and as I said before, this is like the epitome of a frontier town. Imagine like, Blizzard and Midwinter version of Deadwood. Right, so it's got those flat front stores, like people just buy a plot of land and they throw up whatever business is needed at the time. They've got those kind of flat temporary front stores with the roof, normal kind of pitched roof behind, so the snow doesn't build up. They don't have flat roofs. And there's no, the other towns, they've got all those carvings and those remnants of the culture of the people that settled the town. This place doesn't have any of that because it's just reinventing itself all the time, and businesses come and go. And as you come down this street, with the snow, even with the amount of traffic on it, the snow hasn't become slushy or muddy really, because it's just coming and falling all the time, and it's so cold. Although, Mame, you don't really feel that. You are moving through the streets here, passing by all the various townsfolk and people, and Captain Arlagath says to you, "I was so worried when you didn't come back yesterday. I thought you were lost. You were gone for nearly a full day. How far did you go?"
I thought we were lost too.
You could argue we were.
Let's do this later. I'm sorry. Let's get out of this cold. There it is. And you see it in front of you. There's this, the flat storefront and that kind of Wild West style. Looks fairly recent. Like a couple of years, not a few weeks or anything. But similar to other places on the street as well. And up on the front of it, there is a painted pestle and mortar sign, and the name arching over Alvin's Apothecary. And in the windows in the front, there are openings with windows in them and glazed, but you can barely see any light spilling out of them because your vision is blocked by curtains of drying herbs and various other bits and bobs that are just hanging in front of the windows, and it looks like the interior, what little you can see through, is very cluttered and just a jumble of various bits and bobs. Now, yes,
I was gonna say, just very, very quickly, on the way over, do I spy any potential targets that I could quickly lift something from?
Yes.
Sweet. I'm gonna whisper into Mame's ear, "I might need your assistance with something very quickly."
Okay.
Let me teach you something. All right.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
Sleight of hand, yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna
if
you see like a target on the
embracing
way
the
over.
culture of East Haven. For those watching that didn't see last week, East Haven, or 2 weeks ago probably now, East Haven was founded by thieves who were escaping from having to sign up for a thieves guild, and to honor that legacy, that history of the place, it is still legal to pickpocket on the streets.
So I got an 18 of sleight of hand.
18. Okay, that's I was about to pull up a stat block, but that's much higher than any passive perception for townsfolk. Yeah. Okay, you grab a purse, and actually,
Just lean over on that guy over there. I'm gonna bump into him, and then just act like it was a mistake. Then as soon as I bump into this poor sap, I'm just my ribs, and then kind of keel over and pocket whatever I do as I walk forward.
And you see Captain Arlagath like look at you, and she's like, "Good moves." And she's like, "No, but and in your state as well. I have to keep an eye on you." And you get to the town, and you push through the door into the warm interior of the shop itself. Now, inside, as you pass through the door, there's just a waft of various herbal smells and something a little acrid. And you can hear a slight bubbling of something boiling away, and the whole interior is lit by various, those fishing glass buoys that hang in nets. They're these like glass balls hanging in nets with some kind of substance inside that's emitting the illumination for the interior of this shop. And you see, as you guessed from outside, just a clutter of things lying all over the place in this shop. Different sacks of bits of materials and boxes of other things. And then at the back there's a very low counter. And then behind that there's this large case that's just lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of little drawers. Like the big spider Ji-chan thing in Senta Chihiro? His big thing of ingredients. And he just like pulls stuff out of them with his big spider legs. It's like that, just all these different medicines and things that must be tucked away in there. And as you make your way in here, Captain Argalath calls out, Alvin, are you here? We need your help. And that of our guest as well. And you see this little gnome with this apron on and his shirt sleeves rolled up in the warmth of the shop interior here. And he comes bustling out. He's like, Captain Argalath. Oh no, sorry, I should greet the other guests first. Strangers, customers, well, no, Captain Arlagath is the ranking person. Captain Arlagath, it's a pleasure to see you. Who are these people? Ladies first? He kind of looks questioningly at you, Mame. Excuse me, what are you? I've never seen the like of you before. Hang on. Yeah, you, sir, yes, I love your feathered hair, it's gorgeous. Look, please, come, I will sort you out immediately. I will get what you. No, that's not right. No, my guest, my visitor, she's a much better healer than I. But she's busy. I should there's something here. I'm sure that I could do something. She's like looking at the drawer. No, Alvin. She's a better healer than you. You need to. Yes. This way, please. And he gestures after this stream of consciousness to a side door. And damn it, we're in the wrong place. Never mind, I'll fix it soon. And he gestures to a side door, and you pass through, and you have to kind of duck. It's a very low door, and you have to duck through into this back room, which is distinctly less cluttered. And there's a larger table back here, and you see a figure hunched over the table, working away at something. And Alvin's like, these people need you. I was going to, but then I wasn't sure if I could. Maybe they and you. Yeah, you should. You should. And as they turn,
it's okay, Alvin. I've got it under control. Yes, I see what you mean. They definitely need some help. All right, right this way.
I have very little blood left. I would appreciate being seen to almost immediately.
A massive welcome. I'm not going to shuffle the windows around while we're doing these introductions. I shall leave things here. Everyone excuse the names and things. I had to guess where the cameras would be. I went with our previous order of things. So it's 2 out of 5 ain't bad. Anyway, I shall shift around the cameras after we are done with this little scene here. So, mysterious healer, what do they see as they enter the room? Could you describe
Okay,
yourself?
so yes. So before them they see a gray tabaxi, catfolk, with some straight markings along her face and her body as well. Oh well, what you can see from her body, as she's heavily cloaked in, winter gear for the weather up here. And all around there's just medical equipment, kind of scattered, just because it is such a roaming clinic. So this space is kind of haphazardly put together, but not in a way that is like, oh, I don't want to get treatment here. It looks too dirty. It's still well kept.
Mhm. Thank you. And
Very nice.
the opposite of that is, what does this tabaxi see?
Yeah. So, oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Tom, please.
Well, for being the setting that it is, seeing a robot walk into the clinic is probably the first surprising thing. He's a little bit shorter than you would expect, probably just a little higher than a dwarf might be. But he's kind of made out of seemingly like almost junk. Seeming like they just kind of looked for whatever mechanical parts were available and threw that together. So he looks kind of fragile. Well, not fragile, but not strong. He's very thin arms and very thin legs, which, as it happens, are all scratched to pieces at the moment, with giant gashes in them. Well, probably burn marks in them, more accurately. And for the winter environment, there is sort of every possible location. There is just fur jutting out of every crack and every joint that has to move. So that's what you see.
Okay, thank you. Now, why are there two mummies? Too many mummies.
Many mommy.
Too many
Oh, goodness.
mummies. Mummies all the way down.
I don't see Twitch, so I'm just gonna say, okay, yeah,
No,
John.
that didn't work. Sorry.
It's,
No, you're supposed to say there's no such thing as too many mummies. Okay, I shall figure this
I
out.
mean,
So, please, mummy, what does the tabaxi see?
the tabaxi sees a gallus, which is a short 4'5" chicken with a beaded old white cloak, dentin feathers in her frontal region from past adventures, and just really like drained and tired, with nice like gold greenish feathers, and with an arrow, like with a bow and like backpack on her back, just holding her friend Mockingbird up.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's a good a segue as any to me. And holding, holding this person up, you kind of see a medium height, thin, sort of pale skinned young man, I guess, with really wild white hair, wearing like essentially a gray fur poncho and rather dashing boots, might I add. However, almost all of that is completely covered in his own blood, and he's kind of hunched over. And despite all of that, he's got a pretty relaxed sort of appearance. So, yeah, and at his hip, he's got a couple like daggers and swords and things like that. And that's about it. That's yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so these are the three that you see, along with Captain Arlagath. Yes, mummy.
Also, our friend here, like holding mockingbird with like one feathered arm, and then another feathered arm stuck with like here is just our friendly little cat fellow with wings.
Yes. The Gallus, which is the chicken folk from Humblewood origins. The Gallus is carrying a Tressum, which is a winged cat.
Very old Tressum.
Yes. So there you go.
Okay, so that's all the descriptions we have. Okay.
That's your lot. So
All
do you
right.
quickly
So
usher them in?
yeah, please come in. It's quite cold outside, of course.
Yes, yeah, please. There are chairs for everyone. Says Alvin. Or there's the table. Do you need to lie down,
thank
or
God.
you could sit down? Or I mean, there's the floor. I mean, I like the floor. Or you could go over.
Whichever you prefer, please. If you would rather sit or stand, or lay down on the table, either of those are your choices.
Mockingbird will immediately collapse onto the table.
roll over.
Thank you, my mate.
Yes.
So, Toln will sit down and mutter something in Dwarvish. Now that I don't think anybody else speaks Dwarvish.
What does he say?
Oh, he says, "I wish I could still drink."
I don't think drinking would help you. She says this is common.
Oh.
I beg to differ.
No, this is happening in Dwarvish.
Oh, but you speak Dwarvish?
Oh, you said that? Did you say that in common?
Yes, I
I'm
say
sorry.
it back in common.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
But she reacted to you there, Tom.
She did.
Yeah.
To
So,
which Toln gives a slight smirk and then sulks.
I guess I will check over the white-haired fellow first. Mockingbird, I think you said his name was. So since he seems to be the most critical, but also the easiest that I can assess, this other man, I'm not really sure.
I don't know either.
Get to you next. Alvin, if you wouldn't mind attending to him while we wait, and
Yes. I wonder what would be best for this manner of construct. It looks Lanternese, or maybe it's from one of the dwarven hall. Maybe it's from the dwarven valley up in the mining camps, or maybe something new from the what? Yes.
just take a look at the body at least.
Yes.
See if there's anything leaking. See if there's anything
Of course. Yes.
cracked or broken.
Yes. I'll get my spatula. No. Wrench. No. Mop. I'll get a mop.
Okay. So, what exactly brought you to these wounds?
Frost skeleton. Broken ribs.
Oh, there was
Which-
a hag of some variety, and yeah, it sucked.
Unlike my companions, I am perfectly fine except mentally. I got turned into a frog, but other than that, I'm back to being a chicken.
Other than
Beautiful.
Okay. Wow, such strange folks coming in out from the mountains.
That's funny.
I'd heard rumors of strange happenings out here, but even stranger still. But that's okay. So I'll give Mockingbird a look over with a medicine check first. So now I gotta figure out how to use this D&D pad. Yeah.
Yeah, so just click on the where the bonuses are.
Yeah, I got a little the little D roll, and then okay.
You can just if you see like a little red dice icon, you can just click that, and then it'll auto do it to roll 20. So you don't have to do it in the D&D Beyond page. I think that's how it works.
yes. Yeah. I heard a whoop.
Yeah, it wasn't mine, I guess.
That hasn't come up on Roll20, no.
Yeah.
It's okay.
So,
Yeah, what's the roll?
A medicine check, so it's a +7.
Nice. So, what's the total?
Oh, the first one that I got was, I think, a 16.
Okay.
I was trying it a second time to see if it was still not
No problem.
working, but
Yeah,
then I
it's
got
not-
a nat 20 on that, so yeah.
Oh. Okay, well, whoever you look after next, they'll be the beneficiary of that. Okay, so yeah, you come over and you see, yeah, the Mockingbird has clearly just been the victim of a huge blunt trauma, just massive damage to his ribs and lots of lacerations and things, but with this pretty high roll, something you can't put your finger on it, and it's not something you've really seen before. There's something different about his skin.
Okay.
But that's as far as you can say, really.
Yeah, and then I would have taken a look as at the at Tolm.
Tolm, that's right.
Tolm
okay.
Grim Brew.
See, that's why you didn't say your surname. It gives it away.
And where are my manners? I totally forgot. My name is Soyala.
So yalla.
Soyala.
Soyala. Yes. Sorry, I get so caught up in the moment. So.
No, take your time.
And Tom.
So would that be the 20 that got
yeah, absolutely. Why waste it? We shouldn't waste it.
Okay.
So
up to 27 with that on the nat.
Yeah, natural 20 up to 27. So that would be Tom is a fascinating case study. Fascinating patient to have. He's
sure you're not a mechanic?
Clearly
Well, I can figure it out,
organic.
I guess.
There are definite organic parts, but they are fused seamlessly and smoothly with his mechanical parts, his material parts, and it's difficult. You know that you can treat the physical parts, the flesh and bone that's there, but you're not sure what to do about the other parts, the mechanical parts.
All right, so I think I have just the thing for this. If you don't mind just relaxing for a bit, it might take just a little bit.
It's not like I'm going anywhere.
Mostly because I'm not so sure about your components. I want to make sure I do this as best as I can.
Neither am I.
Alvin comes back in with a blowtorch. She's like, no? Oh, okay.
Yeah, maybe not this time.
Did try that once.
Could you grease his joints? He's really bad at sneaking.
All right, so I'm going to work on over the course of 10 minutes, I'm going to be working on some incantations.
Okay.
And eventually use a prayer of healing.
Okay. So you see this new friend of ours, this Tabaxi, which we get the name down properly, Ayalu. Ayala. Sorry. You see Ayala reach up to
Soyala.
Sorry, excuse me. You see Soyala reach up to something hanging at her neck, and a little bit of extra information that we didn't have before, Suyala. It's 7-fingered. Okay. So she reaches up to some kind of pendant or something hanging from her neck, and starts to intone this prayer of healing, and takes some time. During which, Mame, Captain Arlagath says, Mame, if you are not in need of attention, might I have a word?
Sure.
Let us leave, Suyala to work her magic. I suppose it is kind of, just literally. I was using it as a turn of phrase, but okay, please, this way. And she kind of leads you out into the shop front, the main area, where you can see Alvin's head kind of like bobbing along behind some shelves, and there's a clunk and it's like, no, not this, maybe this, and I don't know, that over there. But yeah, that came through. Or was that on Roll20? So yeah.
That was on Roll20. I keep
Okay.
trying it. We'll hash that out later.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Sorry, no problem. So, Mame, yes, Captain Arlagath, towering above you as they do, strides into the shop after ducking through that little doorway into the main area. The actual room of the shop is human proportioned, for the various customers and stuff. And she turns. What happened?
Was it zombie frost giant, frozen frost giant, undead frost giant?
Undead? Near the town?
It was no. We went far away by boat. We're able to find the fisherman's boat and found their tracks in the snow. But by the time we got to them, we couldn't find their bodies, and we got into a scuffle in some caves with a skeletal frost giant, which did a number on, as you can see, on my companions.
I know there's all kinds of beasts and verging on monstrous creatures out in the wilds. But undead? Was there some kind of necromancer or something? Is it? I don't even know where to start.
By the time we didn't want to investigate this, we just, after seeing how powerful this thing was and what a number did to my companions, we had to get out of there, because there's no way of us winning or investigating further, because then it'll just be more casualties, and we wanted to prevent that.
And had the fishes fallen prey of this undead?
I believe so.
Poor folk.
I'm sorry.
To be honest, we had basically given up hope. We thought they just got drunk and drowned, but
We did see a lot of bottles, but their boats were fine, and we saw the footsteps heading towards the cave where this frost giant was.
they must have tried to take shelter there. Why
I believe so.
Why would a frost giant be this close to the towns?
It seems that long ago these frost giants used to go to that cave for their funeral, as like a sacrificial death sort of thing in hot water.
Oh, that was. Oh, God, it's been so long.
Is there something?
There was it was like a ancient site, ancient giant site.
Yes.
There was a couple of years back now. There was a research party came into town, and they mentioned. I remember hearing talk. There must be records at the town hall. There was talk of being in search of giant sites, archaeological sites. Oh, the same fate must have befallen them.
But did they split up? Did all of them head to the site?
It was a small group. I believe all of them went. Yes.
Those are actually my comrades I got separated from 3 years ago.
Oh. And have you been looking all this time?
Yeah. I've gotten sidetracked. Something held me back. This weather, I had to get ready to prepare to like search for them.
And Arlagath pulls herself up kind of formally and kind of almost stands to attention, and she's like, I'm sorry that your colleagues were lost. They never came back into town after leaving. And if they went to that same location, I'm afraid I do not imagine they survived. That is why we never saw them again. I'm sorry you couldn't save them or find them, but maybe it was for the best you went with them?
I guess like Mame just see like this little bird, like chicken face, and just like little beads of tears going down
The captain
her
kind
beak.
of hesitantly puts an arm out onto your feathery shoulder and is like, yes, yes. I wonder how your friends are doing. And kind of turns back and kind of peers in. Soyala, is everything okay?
Yes, I think we're doing quite well.
And
How are you feeling at home?
Has the spell been cast?
yes, it was that while that conversation was happening, that would have happened. Finished.
Mildly better.
Ah, good.
I think that
I was hoping it would work.
maybe, and you hear like a little rattling from inside of his arm, and he goes, "Let me just see what I can do about my mechanical parts," and it just like sprays this kind of spray onto his arm, and it just sort of starts to congeal and fix up his mechanical parts. Let's see how much that does.
Okay. And what did they get from the prayer, Soleil?
Is 14.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna get this right. Sorry.
Yes, and that would also be to Mockingbird as well.
Oh boy. All right.
It's
I can feel my ribs again.
up to 6 creatures, but
Huzzah.
just the 2 of you.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I think I cut out there. Did you say how much hit points?
It seems it was 14.
14?
Yes.
Great. Thank you.
And yeah, you see for the first time, it's kind of, we know it looks kind of like an aerosol can. But he kind of sprays it onto his arm, and it just sort of fixes itself.
What is this strange equipment you have?
Oh, this is sort of this. I designed this a couple of years ago after one of my friends drank too much. So I'm much better with chemicals and.
But the bottle, what's
I'm
some sort of magic?
Kind of. I had to inscribe
Or
this.
solve?
I had to inscribe this rune onto it to make it spray this way, but most of it's mechanical.
I see. Just fascinating. I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, it was quite an interesting creation. There's a lot of things that I don't really know how they work, but I'm able to fix them.
God bless them, they do.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, both of you get the benefit of that.
And then I obviously cast Cure Light on
right.
myself.
Well, thank you for that. Kind of scratch my head and stand up. Mind if I get one more?
Yeah, sure. I can.
Don't be greedy. Don't be greedy. Yes.
I can go ahead and give
Let the cleric tap all their magics, and then I shall attack the town.
Yeah, right.
Don't worry, most of my magic's tapped too, so it wouldn't be in a bad way.
Yeah, how rude. You were stuck there overnight and you didn't even get a long rest.
I've got one charge on my Pearl of Power, I guess.
Bonus.
Trying to get this cure wounds going.
It's going on.
Oh wait, there's a notification thing in Roll20 now. Or not Roll20. D&D Beyond.
Yeah, D&D Beyond shows like the roll.
Mm-hmm. Mame, just while we're in this quick pause here, you're being sent a wish of natural 20s for Mame. from down under. Ozzy, Ozzy, Ozzy. Cheers,
Thank
Dag. Thanks everyone for dropping by. So.
Okay, did it work?
Yes. There is a.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's there. We have this.
Healing.
Yeah, 15 healing. There, nice.
Oh my gosh.
High level
Alright.
cast.
Awesome. I'll stand up and just kind of like crack my neck and kind of stretch a little bit, and I'll hand was it Sayala? Soyala. Yeah, I'll hand her the pouch that I acquired on my walk over here, or limp over here rather. Thank you very much for that.
Oh. Donations are always appreciated.
I don't know how much it is. You'll have to check for yourself.
Odd, but okay.
Welcome to East Haven.
And with that, can I insight check him?
Absolutely. Yes. Let them fight. Go for it. Must be Alvin. It's pattering around. So yeah, roll me an insight there.
I think Roll20 just being a little bit slow right now.
No worries.
Seems like.
Yeah,
That's
if I just
15.
did it manually, so we got a 15.
Mm-hmm. Do you need to make a contested roll?
I mean, what are you insight checking?
What do you want to know?
You said welcome to this this town, and so of East Haven, which I'm quite aware of things that go on here, and you didn't count the money, so I'm suspecting that you stole this.
Your suspicions are 100% on the nose, correct? Yeah. Yeah, without a doubt.
Yes.
Stolen. So enjoy it.
Great. Yeah, this is definitely going back into the funds of some charity. Because I have no idea who this would have belonged to.
I mean, is it traveling?
It's pretty safe to say Mockingbird is also forgotten already.
Is it?
Alvin,
Is a
if you
traveling?
don't mind, I'll give Alvin the bag of coins, whatever it was.
Oh, yes, I'll put this in the register. No, in the safe box. Or no, maybe under my mattress. That's safe. Yeah. No, it should go in the register.
Donation.
You can.
Yes, donation for charity.
Wanders off muttering to himself.
If that was all gold, I'm gonna be kicking myself.
I hadn't even rolled it yet, so we'll never know. We'll never know.
What?
10, 50 gold piece of gems.
Oh God. All platinum.
I have to ask. What are you doing? I heard that you wander around.
Yes, I'm the traveling healer in Icedale. I travel all around. Right now, you see me in East Haven, but this is not the only stop that I have.
Do Tolna is trying to think back to any time that such a person could have come to Goodmead, and he's...
You haven't. So Yala, you haven't been down to Goodmead yet.
So, you've never been to Goodmead then?
No, not yet.
Oh, well, do you like mead?
Can't say that I've really drank it much, but
Oh,
why do you ask?
well, since our friend Mockingbird has made such a where did he pulls out this like jug that's like this big, and just pops one of the he shakes it, and you hear a sloshing inside, pops it. Wait, cup, and then you can just see like too much beer for how little sloshing there was, just pour out into this cup, and he caps it again. Here.
Yeah, I guess she'll take it. And this is the meat?
This is yeah, it's good meat, as they say.
That's what it says on the can.
Okay, yeah, I think she will, kind of thank you, but she's gonna set it down to the side.
Tolm will remember that.
Mockingbird will pick it up.
Later on, we can come back to this episode and see where it all went wrong. Okay.
Yeah.
So
It cut to the camera with Tolm kind of.
Not great to be drinking on the job, I think, if you understand my meaning.
I suppose.
So you patch them up and you work your healing magics, Soyala, and Alvin is here and there and everywhere, not managing to concentrate on any one thing for long enough to get anything done particularly. And it seems they don't have somewhere to stay yet in your discussions back and forth. Now, Soyala, you're staying as usual when you're in East Haven. You're staying at the White Lady Inn. The other place in town is much rowdier and not good for a night's rest. Good for a drink, good for a feed, but not good for a night's rest in any way. So, would you recommend that to them as well, or say, oh, sorry, the White Lady's full. Shame.
Is that sorry? You mean Mame or me?
So Yala is staying at the White Lady Inn, and in your discussions with them, it seems they do not have somewhere to stay at the moment.
Okay. Well, yeah. Where exactly are you guys coming from, or where are your plans going forward from here?
Actually, I'm running for speaker of Good Mead, actually. And to further secure my chances, we came, I suppose, primarily to try to get a deal to buy some of this good mead at East Haven. So I want to speak with the speaker, but I don't. We came, we tried to attack the hag, I guess, and it didn't go well.
Attack
we also-
the hag. Is this something to do with the rumors of the Fisher's disappearance?
Yes?
Question mark.
Safe to say it's related.
Yeah, she
Did you
ate.
see them?
Yeah, yes, I did. They were in a pot.
Oh my goodness.
It's actually not the first time that this has happened, believe it or not.
Well, there have been strange rumors of people going missing. So, in that sense, yes, you're correct.
Yes, you think back.
No, I mean, the first time that we've seen people in a pot. Not the first time. kind of see this like 1,000-yard stare look in Mockingbird at the moment.
The first time was
Aha.
traumatic as well.
I see.
So traumatic. I forgot to tell the captain about the hag.
I thought you were keeping
Wow.
it from. I thought you were keeping it from them on purpose.
I was just like, should I like hide it, or should I like no? Because I'm like mom is like just like the bug, and was like my friends are injured with the hag, but then the
totally.
hag should be a secret because she's so OP.
Yes,
Sorry,
you
please
don't,
continue.
you think the militia probably shouldn't go after her. That would be a bad idea. So it's
Yeah.
actually probably a good idea to leave it as it was. I thought that was on purpose, and I thought it was a good idea. So
And
that works.
the captain, that was who went out with Mame just a bit ago while I was doing
Mhm.
the healing?
Mhm.
Okay.
They're still here.
So, yeah, I think there would have been some glances a little shifty when they were coming back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mockingbird, you're a fairly perceptive fellow, right? I think.
I believe so.
Checks
Oh,
passive
actually, maybe
perceptions.
not.
I think maybe Talon is better actually. Sorry.
Yeah, that's wisdom, so definitely not.
Talon's passive is
Yeah,
12.
12. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Tom, you would have noticed this, especially as you're watching the initial encounter and when Soyala was working on Mockingbird. Yeah, the Tabaxi shot some rather cold glances at the captain. Nothing too hostile, just a certain air of disapproving.
Did you, is the captain gone?
No, they're still here. They came back in with Mame to see how everyone was okay. Where might I find you later? I need to give you a reward.
Well, we haven't, where is there to stay?
Oh,
Well, there is the White Inn.
I was about to just suggest it myself. There is also, the wet trout as well. But I don't know. Do you want to sleep?
I don't
Yes.
sleep.
Yes.
Well, you do meditate.
I sit against a wall and I shut off most of my body is what I do.
I would go with the white lady. I wouldn't
Sounds
want you to come out of the evening with any graffiti or anything.
Sounds good. So there, you will find us there.
Splendid. If you let them know that the militia will be covering your expenses.
Oh,
Oh,
good.
At least for tonight. Yeah, get yourself a good feed, and go with our thanks. I must go back to the town hall and meet with the speaker and let them know what happened. Daneth will want to know everything that's happened.
Yes, remember, I also want to speak with the speaker. So
Yes, but you should get your rest first.
Tomorrow.
It can wait until tomorrow. Yes.
yes,
All right.
Tom, let's go to the town hall tomorrow so you can meet the speaker and I can look at the records to see my comrades' names for their bus departure from the city.
sounds good.
Okay. So,
Bye.
Soyala, are you going to lead the way? It's kind of wrapping up. You would have been looking after them for quite a while.
Yeah, and I'll ask Alvin if there were any other people that were needing my help for the rest of the day.
Nobody scheduled. I mean, people could always. I mean, I can come and get, or I can send someone to get, or you could come here just on the off chance, or yeah, if
That will work.
Yes.
All right. Well, then I will start leading them to the White Inn.
Okey-doke.
So Tone will walk with you. Sorry. Fuck. He switches to Dwarvish. So do you not like the captain?
She'll reply in Dwarvish back. She has a way of handling things a little harshly.
I mean, I guess that's how captains usually are. I think that's just sort of their MO, right?
A little barbaric, I might say.
I mean, yeah, with the burning of the
So
apostate
you've
or
seen that.
yeah, I didn't know how to feel about it, but that's how it was. I mean, what are you gonna do? Like, are you gonna walk up and just demand that they stop immediately?
So
There
Yala,
are
so Yala, it
better ways.
was actually that brought you back to East Haven a little earlier than you had planned. You were working in Brimshander, and it was the disappearances that you heard of and that you became curious about as usual, and followed the rumors to East Haven. And once you arrived in East Haven, these disappearances at least seem to have been dealt with, as this wizard, this so-called Red Wizard, had been captured and was being charged with with offing these people that had disappeared from the town, as well as a group of adventurers that they had hired themselves. And you know more than they've heard, because you gained from the rumors around that the wizard had actually tried to creep back into town disguised magically, but the way their gates, the way they walk, had given them away, and they'd been captured. Their spellbook and things had been stripped from them, and they were captured that way. Sorry, Tom.
Do you know why he was? I understand that he did something to some sort of adventurers, but are you aware of exactly what he did?
Yes. Well, there are some adventurers that there is an event, let's say, and they have to fulfill their duties in this said event, and some of them run away, a little, maybe afraid to face the battle that ahead of them. And so this wizard's gone around killing those that have left this trial.
Hmm. I see.
But I don't believe that we should be burning someone for their misdeeds, even if they were the ones killing themselves. There are other ways to handle this, I think.
Okay. Oh, um, sorry guys. He's switched back to common. I get it's kind of rude to. Yeah, sorry.
And Soyala, you noticed that when he switched to Dwarven, he was a bit more rough around the edges, and his vocabulary was a bit more colourful than when he's speaking. When he's speaking Common, it's quite polite and well mannered. But in Dwarven, he
A little more
obviously,
brash.
yeah, he worked in a good down to earth part of whatever part he picked up that language from.
Taking a cue from that conversation, I'm gonna turn to Mame and speak a little bit in deep speech and see if she understands.
And I'm like,
Yeah, just very quietly, so that nobody else understands. But do you understand what I'm saying right now?
And you do, Mummy.
the worm.
The first time it comes, there's a pain in the back of the head, just behind your ear, where you know the creature to be. But you are aware of what Mockingbird is saying.
I think I do. I think it's to do with this thing in my head.
It's a pretty horrible sounding language, isn't it?
It is indeed.
What
Still
the
better than
Speaking
Dwarvish.
fuck is that?
back.
Says in Dwarvish.
Don't tell them anything. Sorry, this is our secret.
If they speak in Dwarvish, they can speak in deep speech.
Perfect. I'll just switch back to. Sorry, that was really rude of us. We won't do it again.
Yeah, you know.
That was
It's all
disgusting.
right.
That was disgusting.
It's the pistachio
Rude.
guy. I love that guy. Sorry.
Rude. Just because it's not common or dwarvish.
Speak a lot more than.
What else do you speak?
I also speak giant and undercommon.
The hell is undercommon?
Oh, they speak it in the areas, underneath the
Down
earth.
under.
Yeah.
Dag, if you're
If-
still here.
You could say it's common there. I don't know.
For people who live in the ground?
Yeah, like like evil dwarves and evil elves and stuff.
Have you ever actually had to use that?
Hashtag not all drow.
Yes, not all drow. That's right.
Driz will come and kick your ass.
Yeah.
I mean,
in
yes.
a good way. We'll see you
A long time ago. Not recently.
Yes,
Fair
yes. Gauntle Grim is connected to the Underdark.
It's true.
Watch this channel for future Underdark shenanigans coming in soon. Maybe a new campaign in the works. Okay, so you make your way through the streets, and you can see. I think I didn't actually decide where Alvin's was on this map. I think. Yeah, I think he's fairly central, so kind of in this kind of area here. They're fairly close to the town hall, in these back streets here. And so it's not too far to loop round and get back to the White Lady Inn, nestling as it is on the dock front there, where you're familiar with Soyala.
Okay.
So,
How are the streets?
Snowy. Getting a bit mushed up and messed up with the traffic of people coming and going.
Yeah, traffic. Yeah.
But there is so much snow, and it's just falling all the time that it doesn't get slushy or anything like that, and it's so cold. By the way, everyone, you notice, much like Mame, Soyala isn't really wearing a lot of winter clothing, even outside.
She's got fur.
Apparently, fur is effective as feathers. Apparently.
I mean, our man Mockingbird could be also just naked if he wanted to be. Except for his boots. He'd still need his boots.
Why, that's a strange concept, but okay.
I like these boots.
I don't
I also
remember
love
where I got them, but I'm glad you have them.
They
They
have
were-
come in quite handy.
They were given to you in thanks by the people of Dugan's Hall.
That's right. That's right.
Taken from some adventurers that had died in that particular area. But you fared better, so congratulations. No thanks to the Halloween one-shot people. So, you make your way through the streets and you push your way through the door and into the warm interior of the White Lady Inn. Now, this musty, old, but welcoming place, Soyala tells you on the way over, and as you arrive, this place is named after a local legend known as the White Lady, a ghost that is rumoured to walk on Lachdinashire, haunting the spots where her rich husband drowned. So, as we're coming a bit later into the day here, it's fairly populated. There's various people in, and you can see, as we can hear, there is a halfling sat on a stool over by the counter, by the bar, playing away on his instrument, trying to entertain the people that are here. And there's a large fire burning in the hearth, warming the interior of the room very nicely. And you can see a rather dour-looking but and elderly human working behind, who Soyala you know to be Bartaban, who is the innkeeper here. He's a sullen fella, but he's a good guy.
So, where's the barkeep?
Ah, this way, please.
Talon is already like getting out his.
Samples and business cards. Yes. He's like, and you walk over. He's like, ah, Soyala, You had a good day.
Yes, well, I brought these.
I trust you didn't lose anyone today.
Not today.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Although, word of the Fisher, doesn't look so good.
Oh, that lot that disappeared a few days ago.
Yeah, I would guess so.
Ah, it's just as I always said. If you're gone more than a day, you're a goner.
Well, I held out hope that maybe. I mean, I think I overheard you said you were out more than a day, gesturing to the group.
Slightly over.
Oh, well,
We kind of blacked out there for a sec, but yeah, probably a little over a day.
you did well to get back then. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What will it be?
A lot of beer.
I have a couple of things. One, the guards are paying for our room.
And beer.
In whose name?
The captain.
Captain.
Captain Imdra Arlagat. Arlagat?
Oh, right, all right. So
Thank you, Sylvia.
I'll settle up at the town hall. Is that right?
Yes.
Oh, well. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you for whatever service it is that you must have provided East Haven.
Do you say that a lot?
No,
No. Must have been the delivery.
didn't know I had the bottom of a heart. Yeah, beer.
What beer do you have on here?
God damn you. Damn you. Well, tonight we've got a porter, or there's some rum in, the fisher folk like the rum,
Where is the porter made?
Up in Dwarven Valley.
Oh well. I need a cup.
Here you are.
He
Gives you
uncaps it.
Nearly perfectly clean cup.
Uncaps it, and pours a cup's worth and closes it. Here, this is
This isn't a BYOB,
Oh, this is for you. I'm from Good Mead.
Well, I'm working, but just the one. What's this?
Oh, this is the flagship, the Good Mead. From Good Mead.
Sniffs it. We haven't had a delivery from Goodmead for a while. Everything all right?
Yes, actually, I'm running for speaker, and I'm hoping to change that and get more mead out to the big cities like this.
That's really good.
I'm glad you like it.
Put me down for a barrel or two, eh?
You got it. He, pulls out a small slip of paper and writes down White Lady Inn, 1 barrel.
Will you be
2
staying?
barrel.
Will you be eating?
They will, probably.
Yes, eating.
We'll all be staying. He won't be eating. I'll be drinking.
Right. And you're like, Tol, you started to just take off your winter clothes and stuff once now that you're inside. And the elderly gentleman, despite his demeanor and general speed, kind of like jumps back a little bit. He's like, are you from Dwarven Valley too? You look like one of their contraptions.
I mean, I did stay there for a while, but
Right.
that was a couple of years ago.
It's truly amazing what they can do. I'm flabbergasted.
I'm flabbergasted daily.
Well, like they say, may you live in interesting times.
Anyway, and he slides the parchment over. Two barrels, you said?
Oh, it's the order. Yeah. Here you go. He signs that with Bartabet. That's his name there. And you find yourself a nice cozy fireside table. which has enough room for all of you. Are you, Soyala? Are you staying with
Yeah,
your
I
new?
was going to ask before they, quite head off in that direction. Would you mind, the three of you, if I could join you over food?
Well, I don't
Sure.
eat, but I don't mind.
I'm
Yeah,
curious
of
about
course.
your tales into what brought you to my clinic in the first place, if you don't mind.
By all means, join us.
Just the part where we almost died, or the whole part?
Just a little bit. I'm trying to figure out about these disappearances.
Oh yes. Well, there's not much to tell. There's a hag.
Have you seen any talking owls by chance?
Talking owls.
Never mind then.
No.
We've got a lot of explaining to do then.
Maybe.
All
we
right.
should
Well,
start
then
with
we
the
should, by all means, get comfortable.
Mame, why don't you start from the very beginning?
So it all happened when I hatched from an egg.
Oh wow, we're gonna go way back.
Answering the age-old question.
I'm joking.
Answers the age-old question. We've heard it here first.
Okay. So the four of us, we had a good friend, who after this recent expedition decided that he wanted to play it safe from adventuring. So the four of us, now three that you see here, met up in Goodmead, and we met a talking owl and a god that told us that we must follow destiny, and it was fate, and we need to go on an adventure to go and kill what is it, the frost lady, and we've been on adventures, killed a couple of monsters, went around, drank a lot of mead. Not so much. I can only drink like this much. We left lots of battles, lots of mead. Lots of dead people. How do I summarize all this? Mockingbird, do you have anything to add besides all that? Like how we got here to East Haven?
That's pretty much the high and low of it, really.
Um,
A few details left out, but we can
Yeah,
get to those in due time.
So there are some unimportant parts, such as we fought a giant. The giant
Yeah, you
killed.
said something about the giant giving you broken ribs and the sort. So.
That was the second giant.
Completely different.
Oh.
no, it wasn't the
We
third.
actually,
Your goodness.
we actually didn't fight the first giant. I talked my way out of fighting the first giant.
No, then we went
Because
back.
of the goat.
And then we went back. Yes. It's a very important detail.
Right.
There were goats involved.
So we killed a giant that was terrorizing Goodmead, which had previously killed the speaker, which is why there's speaker elections. We then proceeded to Dugan's Hold. We had heard that nothing had occurred, nothing had been coming from Dugan's Hold, and it seemed that a crazy mechanical monster of some variety, which, strangely enough, looks to have parts similar to me, was terrorizing the town. So we killed that too.
Actually, before all that, there was the guy who was hunting people around
With the ice daggers.
Icewind Dale.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
maybe you heard about the murders of the people who were.
Suyala, yes, you definitely would have. There was these rumors all around 10 towns of these various people that were being killed mysteriously by these mysterious wounds, but no sign of a murder weapon or anything. And it was rumored that they were people who had skipped out on the Right of Might lotteries.
And yes, it turns out that was true. And we found the guy who was doing it. He seems to have been possessed in some way by, her.
Lights in the sky.
Yeah, the Aurora.
Well, This eternal night, constant darkness.
That she was the one that caused this possession?
Yeah, it seemed that he was being possessed in some way to do her bidding. And so he was murdering everybody with an ice dagger, which would then melt, which is why there was no weapon.
So, really, at the end of the day, like Mame said, we met a giant spiritual deer god who more or less told us that many of these problems, these missing people, these murders, the endless winter, it's all connected. And that there's one location in particular that we have to go to stop it. Supposedly we're the chosen ones, but after the events of yesterday, we don't seem to be very chosen.
So you know where to go. You know where to find Auril, the Frostmaiden. Where she's
know
gone.
what her house looks like.
We know.
Being chosen one doesn't. There's not a lot of rules involved. We'll
It's
get there
the dirt.
eventually, presumably.
Yeah, but
I should hope that she was not the cause of the possessions, though.
No, she was. That's what I was
Yeah.
alluding to. I just wasn't using her name.
Oh dear goodness. I mean, normally, sacrifices are made to her, and that is a ritual that does happen, but to possess people as well.
You're
To murder.
possessing to murder people who tried to get out on the sacrifice. Yeah.
I don't know, there was things, it's been 3 long years, and though I am a healer, I do fear for my people as well. All of Icedale. For I heal in many of these towns, and I know many of these families and the people here. And if there's a way that we could reverse this, there's been so many deaths with the cold and with lack of food and this dark, dark winter, as well as mental health problems as well.
Hadn't considered that.
So you know of a way, you know of a place.
We had a somewhat prophetic dream about a place that we may or may not be chosen.
That's better
Go
than
to.
anything I've heard so far.
Well,
Is
it would seem we
there a
have an
way?
owl to introduce you to.
Is there a way I could join with you in going to this place?
Yeah, we're one short.
Sure. I don't see
Yeah.
why not. I don't think we're able to commune back at Dugan's Hold right now, though.
Well, he said that there were other he said that there were other stones throughout the region, right?
yes, there was other monuments that we could go to. So perhaps on our way or on our journey, we could find another monument and have
Soyala,
Soriala.
at the mention of stones, you remember your father back in Lonelywood would sometimes talk of a strange circle of stones in the forest near Lonelywood.
These stones you speak of, what exactly is your connection with them?
Well,
Mame.
these stones were in a triangular formation, and they are kind of the connection to this godly deer figure that told us about this destiny. And because these areas are very sacred that go back in time before the winter, we believe that going to like these monuments will help us like see or talk to this dearly figure.
And you know of how many locations of these stones?
We just know that they're generally scattered throughout the region of Icewind Dale, I believe.
At that point, the elderly barkeep comes over. He's like, here you go. We've got seared knucklehead trout with black beans and purple cabbage tonight. The bread's pretty fresh, and it's no good meat, but this is the porter. Here you are.
He's already, yeah.
Enjoy your meal.
Cheers.
Yes,
I'm going
here.
to eat very, very quickly and then excuse myself from the table. I have some things that I want to take care of pretty quickly.
I thought you were drinking.
I should probably be sober for a couple things before. I'll meet you here in a couple hours.
Oh. Don't get hit by a giant skeleton again.
No promises. I'll just get up and put on my bloodstained coat and then leave.
Okay. And as you kind of watch after Mockingbird as he leaves and pushes out, and there's a flurry of snowflakes as he opens the door, and the people kind of nearest kind of shy away from the sudden gust of cold air, and quickly slams behind him again. Hang on. Let's do it properly. Okay. And so, as he disappears off into the night, almost immediately, his chair is kind of spun round so the back of it's facing you, and that halfling kind of jumps up onto it, the one that was playing the music until just before, and like puts his arms on the back of the chair and faces you. He's like, "All right, are we exchanging stories?"
That depends. What stories do you have?
Oh wow! And you look over and you see the innkeeper's like, "Oh bloody hell, here we go." He's like, "Well, my friends, new to East Haven? Well, you must be new to the tales that I can spin as well. I, the great Rinaldo, well, I'm not busy doing my old music thing over here. I'm gonna be regaling you with the tale of the White Lady. Are you sitting comfortably?"
Yes.
Excellent. Right, so, the White Lady, rumoured to be haunting the icy surface of Lackdenashire, out there in the depths of the snow and the whirling wind. Some folks say that she's haunting the spot where her husband drowned. Her husband, it is said, was a miser, and he kept all of his treasure in a big, heavy, locked chest. Never left his side, took it everywhere with him. And I think it was this heavy chest that capsized his boat. No doubt he saw the ghost as well. He saw the White Lady of his poor dead wife. And that caused him to have a fright and set the boat a rocking and a tipping, and the heavy treasure chest tipped it over, and he was lost into the depths of Lackdenashire. Now, I don't want to be making any second guesses or anything, but I'll wager that treasure is still down there at the bottom of the lake. Now, you look like open-minded, interested individuals. I'm sorry to miss your friend there. I hope he comes back in time. Because, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, me and a select few friends, and he points over at a table at some people that are trying to avoid eye contact. Me and a select few friends are going to be holding a seance. We are going to call forth the spirit of the White Lady, and we're going to ask where her treasure is and how we can get it back. Now, does that sound like something you might be interested in?
Looks to Mame. Looks to
Soyula?
Soyala.
Soyala.
We'll get it, I promise.
We'll get it eventually.
We will.
Soyala.
Soyala.
Like soy sauce and Yala. Gotta get this together.
Yala.
Well, that makes us Miss Garrow. Yeah, you're saying there?
It is what time of day right now? It is like evening?
It's evening already, yeah. And
Yeah, and then he wants to go swimming in
No,
like...
he's going to do a seance in the bar.
Oh,
in,
a seance.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you know this guy, you know Rinaldo. He plays here. He's like the resident musician and bard for the White Lady Inn, but he hasn't talked about this doing a séance before. Seems to be a new endeavor that he's struck up on.
This isn't your normal show.
Well, I was waiting for the right group of individuals, ones whose energies and mystical ways I could channel to call on the White Lady. Yeah.
I mean,
Um,
I'm a robot.
I don't know what it
I'm
is.
not human.
Splendid.
We're not human.
That not a necessity. I believe if we all join hands, if we join with your wings, it'll be all right. It'll have the same effect, right?
I believe so. Do you want to try Soyala this? I mean, I'm not really familiar with
Not
this haven, but
particularly, no.
I mean, I'll watch, I guess.
Oh, now
Okay,
come on.
seconds.
Come on, we live in dark times, my friend. Perhaps the spirit of the White Lady can help. Aren't you curious to hear what she has to say? Don't you have any questions that the voice from the beyond can answer?
I think you're more curious about the location of the husband's sunken treasure, but
Well, I am, yeah, but
I-
surely you have questions too.
I mean, it's not going to kill us, so why not?
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, Tom's gonna like think to seances he's read about and be like, is it gonna kill us?
Anyone else watched 30 Coins yet? Recommend it.
I don't think it's gonna kill us. It could.
Oh God. I mean,
Yeah, Soyala is not going to partake in this seance.
You don't have any questions? Someone that's...
I question your motives.
Look, my motives are my own, but you're welcome if you're
and
going to
your
help
ability
me.
as well.
You're going to help me
I
call
see you
forth the
here.
White Lady?
hmm.
I'm good.
You know, I have a friend that might be interested in this, so I'll do it for them.
All right, sounds good.
I'll join in.
Fantastic. Now, Soyala, I know your professional tendencies. Like, would you care to be on hand in case anyone gets a bit too psychic out?
Yes, that is exactly the point.
Splendid. My friends... And there's a shuffling of chairs as people turn their backs. My friends will all be glad to hear that we will be in safe hands. Now, I think the time is right. No time like the present. You done eating? Yes. You done drinking? Yes. You done contacting the dead? Now, let's go. Come on. Hey, everyone. It's time. And despite that sight's first reluctance, there is a certain curiosity that is definitely being piqued in a group of people here. And you see about 5 or 6 other patrons stand up and start to come with you. And Rinaldo ushers you into the back room of the inn here, and there's a large open space. And you see, clearly before he was doing his set, he's been busy preparing for this. And as you walk through the door, you can see smoke from burning incense clouding the room. And there are multicolored lamps and silks hung from the rafters, and light from several candles illuminating a circle of uncomfortable-looking people sitting cross-legged on the floor. He's like, oh, you're all here, great. Okay, everyone's ready? Ronaldo goes over to the side and pulls on a robe. And he rolls up the sleeves and raises his hands. Please, my friends, take a seat. Join the mystic circle.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Can
And, yep.
just look around the room.
It-
get a feeling for how well this is actually going to work.
People are kind of like nervously smiling and kind of like nodding at you and stuff. Do you want to give me an arcane check? Arcana check,
I do.
please.
That's not as high as I want it to be. It is a 15.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. As you look around, and you join linked with Mame and the person to your left, and you connect this circle. There's something in the geometry of this, the way things are laid out here, and you do feel a certain kind of greasiness to the air. There's a certain tangible something. And Ronaldo starts the ceremony. He raises his hands, closes his eyes, and intones. Lady who watches from the lake, come to us in our darkest hour. Tell us what you've seen. Lady who watches from the lake, come to us in our darkest hour. Tell us what you've seen. And he kind of like side-eyes the other people and kind of like wakes his hand. He's like, "Come on, everyone, come on!" And everyone in the group starts to intone with him. Lady watches from the lake.
From the lake.
To us in our darkest hour.
To us
Our
in our
darkest
darkest
Tell us
hour.
what you've seen.
Tell us what you've
Tell us
seen.
what you've seen.
Well, that inspired someone to follow, so thank you. It's like the dodgy seance happening. And Tom, it seems your instincts about the feeling of the setup, the feeling in the room, may have been justified, as there is a moment of silence, but then, as you can hear in our sounds here, a thick layer of ice and frost forms on the inside of the room's windows, turning them opaque, and the candles in the room snuff out all on their own. She is here. She is with us, intones Ronaldo. And we shall stop there. And see what
Done.
the White Lady has in store. Let me show. There is an amazing picture for this. Let me show you. Here he is. Boom.
Oh boy.
Oh.
So I shall leave you all and our dear viewers with this vision of Ronaldo, eyes rolled back in his head as the ice forms across the interior of the room, and the candles. This is
does it
clearly
really
just before they
say-
went out.
Does it really say that? Invisible dwarves?
Invisible dwarves, yeah.
That is an option, depending on what questions are asked. Says invisible dwarfs. It does. And yes, as our dear friends over in Taiwan, Carney Sideshow, say, do check them out if you get the chance. Dun dun dun. Or as we say. And with that side helping of cheese, we shall leave Icewind Dale for this evening. A huge thank you and welcome to Soyala. We're very happy to have you with us. Soyala will be joining us for the remainder of our adventures in Icewind Dale. Whatever the seance may bring forth and beyond. And we shall be back. Before we come back to Icewind Dale, we shall be taking a journey to Barovia. As on Thursday evening, we'll be back with our Curse of Strahd game. What will happen as the adventurers face off against the vampire Janda Sunstar, who Talon's player here set free in Avernus? Because all my campaigns are annoyingly linked together.
Was it me directly?
Not directly, no. And speaking of such, after Barovia, on Friday nights, we'll be down in the pits of hell, down in the first layer of the Nine Hells, Avernus, for Descent into Avernus, with our player Tulm here in a different skin, and his friends, the Pits, as they pit themselves against the devils and fiends of the Nine Hells. Then, next Tuesday, we will be back in the frozen north to see what the White Lady has to say for herself. And, if I may share one little bit of news before we say goodbye, our friends over there in chat, the Carnage Sideshow there, and old friends, a friend of ours in New Zealand who played through Dragon Heist with me, my first proper DMing role, offline, that one was. We, as of, I think, next month, yet to be decided officially, but coming soon, we'll be starting a brand new campaign, Out of the Abyss. As we were speaking of the Underdark tonight, we will be down dealing with Darrow and Drow and Myconids and all kinds of creepy crawlies in the dark depths of the Underdark, starting soon. I can't wait either, Carnage Sideshow. Cheers, mate. And if you have time, and if the time works for you, Thursday lunchtime for us here in Japan, Wednesday evening in the States, we will be doing a character creation stream. A new thing for us, the first time we tried that. We will be doing a character creation stream with our friends from Carnage Sideshow and our friend over in New Zealand. So if you have the time and want to get a little insight as to what's going to be coming up with that new campaign, please join us for that. That's going to be Thursday lunchtime in Japan and Wednesday evening in the States. And all of those other goodies, all kinds of things going on, all exciting stuff here. New friends, new players, new campaigns, new seances. And with that, we shall say thank you very much to everyone. Another thanks to Syrinscape and all of those fine folks over there that brought all this lovely spooky sounds to you. And, as we like to say around these parts, Oyasumi nasai.
Oyasumi nasai.
Oyasumi nasai.
Stick around as we go raiding on someone, and I say goodbye to these fine folks over here. Let's see who we can find. Oyasumi, thank you.